As you already seen the video about how to change the dull chain on a Husqvarna 450. But I want to make a video of a side-by-side comparison of the Extreme Power 82100 XP 2001 model. And then the 2002 Salem Master Pro 6220H. And they both don't have primer bulbs, and they're both old school chainsaws. They are a lot more different between the new saws and the steel saws and the Homelite saws that they were out. But there were several changes on them. This one had a regular toggle switch, just like on the Homelite Big Red XL, XL12 and the XLs. And this one's got a regular on switch like on a Homelite Little Red XL, including the Remington and the Ryobi and the Poland, including not Poland, Troy Belt and Craftsman. There are some different colors on these triggers. This one's yellow and this one's black. And I'm just keeping this as original because I'm not going to paint this. But it is the original saw with old original yellow paint and black paint all over it. But this one don't have throttle lock, and it's still easy to start without one. But this one had a throttle catcher. When the choke is out, it catches the throttle. When you push the choke in, it starts on half throttle. When you give it gas, it goes back to idle. I'll show you the air filters. This one's a screw-on, just like on the Homelite Big Red and the XL12. They're both made in Canada. The master bar was made in Japan. The motor was made in Japan and assembled in the USA. There's some different air cleaners. This one's got American air cleaner, and this one's got Japanese or Chinese air cleaner. I think somebody else replaced the old cleaner with this. And it works fine, but it's got American spark plug. Both of them do. Husqvarna spark plugs or Oregon, whichever, I don't know. Or Poland spark plugs. They probably got Poulan Pro spark plugs. Chain brakes. The chain brake does work. And they're different Fallon spikes. This one's a small Fallon spikes. And this one's got a large Fallon spikes, made in USA. I think I'm gonna get a old stock Fallon spike off eBay and for this chainsaw to make it a little bit more bigger and better, so that way it'll keep the muffler away from the log when I'm cutting. But those Fallon spikes on it didn't do too bad, but it done a good job. And these vanes are a lot more better than the spikes on that one. They run 50-to-1 mix. I usually run 40-to-1. 40-to-1 mix sometimes. This is the fuel tank. Fuel tank's got a side glass where you can see the fuel, how much fuel is in the saw. just like on the Husqvarna 450 and the 445. Recoil's a little different. There's a low, high screw needle jets, idle speed. Same thing like on that one. I think this one's got American carburetor and that one's got a Chinese carburetor. So I think I might have to get a carburetor for this thing someday or not. But it's just been running fine the way it is after I had a little fuss with it. And the chain tensioners. The chain tensioner for the right is broke, so I put this one on it, which that one had a spare in the bag when I found this thing in the garage. They both leak bar and chain oil, but that's okay. But all them saws do leak bar and chain oils after they've been used. They all do that after when they're used, but the Big Red does not leak bar and chain oil. I'm still going to be doing the best I can to get this thing running, but it will take me a while to make another video of that saw again. But it's going to take me a while, probably next year or something. I watched a video of Kane Costin Garage working on the Robert Craftsman chainsaw, just like what I got. I still got it, but I finally figured out what the problem is. The flywheel key was sheared. So that's probably why it did not have any spark. And if I ever do get that thing put back together, I'll find the right size key for him. And then we'll try to fire it up and see what it does. If I can remember where the parts are laying at somewhere. But if I do find another one that runs, I had an automatic oiler, I'll use that one as for parts. And but these are the modern saws I use to cut firewood with, and the antique saws are just a little fun where I can have fun with them and play with them. But I use that thing to cut firewood too, but it didn't do too bad, but it's a good firewood saw. Just like the Steel MS291 and the Husqvarna 455 Rancher and 460 and the 82100 XP and the 6220H and the Homelight XL12. And they are good runners, and they do sound different because they got different mufflers on them. That's the different muffler. The original muffler was definitely replaced, and that one's a original muffler. But this one is a replacement muffler, and that one is a original muffler. So I'll start them up for you and let you listen to them for a bit, and then I'll show you what tool that comes with them. Up is on, down is stop, just like on the Big Red and the other ones. No decompression button on it. It fires up one pole just like on the modern saws, including the antiques, but this is an old one. It goes with an antique saws. But this one's a little different because it's got a toggle switch. Same thing. No throw catcher. So it does came with a 22-inch bar. But there's the original bar that it came with. But I am going to make me a new chain for it. This is a shield that it came with. That I had for the Master Pro. There's a point where it hold up on a 12-inch, 14-inch, 16, and 18. That's what that shield is for an 18-inch saws. I don't usually use it how much when I don't need to. I only use them when I transport them in the back of my truck or vehicle when going somewhere else or going to the other farm. But this one's a 62cc motor. 62cc motor. And this one's a 45cc motor, which it could pull a 20-inch bar and an 18-inch. And this one can pull a 22-inch bar. I don't mind using the extreme power 22-inch bar onto this thing. But I will definitely be getting a 22-inch bar for this one soon. Because I love bigger bars. I love 24-inch bars. It don't bother me. I love 20-inch bars. And they both got good, sharp quality chains. But this is American Husqvarna chain made in Canada. And this one's a low-pitch original chain. Been made by Makoa. The saw was made by Makoa. And this one's made by Extreme Power Company right before they went out of business. Because these are the last ones when they stopped making them in 2002. And they're both discontinued model saws, which they got replaced. And the Homelight Big Red Super XL got discontinued in 1994. But this one's a 1996 model, which it was discontinued in 1998, before early 2000s. 3D saws are discontinued saws, and you could still find these everywhere, at yard sale, state sale, garage sale, or Facebook, where you can find them at. But this one don't have a bottom scratch tool, but this one does. This is where you could put it underneath your chainsaw. If you're on the woods cutting, if the other saw had loose broken chain, it's there when you need it. But it does fit onto them saws. But it does fit on the 455 Rancher and only this one, not the antique saws. It can fit on the Ryobi saw or an Atlas, whichever. But they're both very good old saws, and This one's a little dirty, and I did clean this one up a little. But it's still dirty. So, I did went to the fuel station to get some fuel. And I put the fuel into my John Deere utility vehicle for next week. But next week is no garbage day because Christmas days. Which me and Jim are very good to go. To take trash out after the holidays. So, anyways. There's the video of a side-by-side comparison. Extreme Power 2001 and the 2002 Salem Master Pro 6220H. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty. I'll catch you later.